What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Morgan, and highlight some of the tour I was on several years ago. I found a couple of these files recently on my computer, and I don't think I ever uploaded them, so I'm showing you some of the tour, not all of it, some video, a lot of pictures from Atlanta movie tours I took several years ago. Big ups to Atlanta movie tours. I highly recommend them. Definitely check them out if you're ever going to be in Atlanta and you want to check out some awesome Walking Dead filming sites. And here's some video. Matt said welcome. And for those who don't know about Morgan, spoiler warning, Morgan has left The Walking Dead and is on Fear, and recently, as of season 5, the back half of season 5, he's talked about his family more. Duane, Ginny, and in season 5, episode 14, he talks about him even more. So I thought it was very interesting to talk about Morgan and highlight the tour. So as you can see, I walked up the steps. People wrote this on the steps, some of the sayings that Morgan said, that Michonne said, and it's awesome to be in this filming site because a lot of stuff happened here. Also on the street, it doesn't look like this, obviously, but you can see where Rick, Coral, and Michonne walk down the street and come towards the buildings, and it's pretty cool. The street's not very big, it's not very wide at all, but the way they shoot it makes you like, wow, it looks huge, right? It looks like all this stuff is going on, but different angles, different things. And it was interesting when Morgan came around. We didn't know it was Morgan at first, but it was a big episode in season 3 of The Walking Dead. The day we were there, it rained. It wasn't the best day. Others have seen it where it's nice and sunny and great. And it's pretty cool because you can see where they came around. You walk up to the building. It has a little Walking Dead thing. Talks about Morgan's apartment. You walk up the steps and then you go into a couple of different rooms. And then you get to see the apartment. Also, they have a door with the painting here. It's not the same area. That's a different filming site. That was actually at a little small studio that they used with the doors. It wasn't actually at a hospital or anything. You can see Michonne was here because she was, and it's pretty awesome. And I have to say, that's one of the coolest things about the filming sites, that you get to stand where the actors were standing, where they were filming, where they were at, and that's myself and my wife and Michonne. But there's a couple different rooms there. You only get to see the one with Morgan and Rick in the show, but I have to go back and watch that episode to see what you see in the episode and what you see in real life. But they have a couple different stickers, and they kind of dress it up a little bit, and they have a little bin with some bamboo sticks that I guess it's representing what was around the street and Morgan's apartment. And when Morgan was cray-cray, you can see the different bamboo sticks, and I'm not sure if they're exact ones or not, but it's just kind of cool. But I remember this episode, and who was this guy? And boom, Morgan. Pretty cool stuff. And it's been debated if Duane is still alive. We'll talk about that towards the end of the video, but you get to see the walls, and someone recreated the drawings on there. They weren't there. After they filmed, they erased that stuff and cleaned it up, and it was an apartment again. And when they decided to open up for tours, they had to redraw the drawings that were on there, the neighborhood, what was there. And I believe someone had to go back, watch the episode, pause it, try to draw as much as they could, watch it and pause it, and it seemed to be this guy, and they had to go back and recreate it as best they could, which was probably painstakingly annoying and a pain in the butt, but probably a labor of love for the tours, and we love The Walking Dead. And you can see someone put a cot when we were there where Morgan and Rick would be at, and it kind of gives you reference to where the location went down and the filming, and it's pretty cool. Like I said, Morgan, Michonne, and Rick were in the same room. And here's the infamous line: people wearing dead people's faces. And it's debated whether he saw the whispers, didn't see the whispers, and if the whispers were even thought of at the time, because it was way back in season 3, and if Kirkman was writing it and had the idea or not, or if it just was by chance, and it's a whole big debate. But from what I'm hearing, it was just by coincidence that he said that line, because he was thinking that Rick really wasn't there and Morgan was in cray-cray mode. But it's pretty cool when you see the walls. This is the picture that I took from being there, and you can see they didn't replicate it 100%, but they drew the clear in different colors and what Morgan wrote. And it was interesting because you think about Morgan's mindset and what set him off: losing his son. But we never saw it happen, so people are like, well, Duane could still be alive and could still be alive. And he never said was, he said is. But that's just a theory, and a hopeful theory that people think that we'll see Duane at CRM or here or there. But you can see people dressed it up for the tours, and it's cool because I like to see where the filming sites occurred because it feels like you were there. And I know it was so long ago, but it's just pretty cool. Rick, Morgan, Michonne. I thought it was pretty cool to share with you guys. If you can't ever make it on Atlanta movie tours, I believe it's Big Zombie Tour number 2 that takes you here. Number 1 takes you around Atlanta and the city. 3 is more of the updated one, and 2 takes you to the spot. And that was another spot of a different tour where they put a bed there. You can see it was a little different, but you can see the walls. You can see that they tried to replicate it as much as they could, and it's just pretty interesting to see that Morgan is still around, because Morgan is a different character in the comics than the show. Morgan is very important for the show, maybe the movies, maybe the future of Fear the Walking Dead connecting to some other thing or not, but I thought it was pretty cool to share with you guys. And I was going through files on my computer trying to free up some space, and I saw a lot of this stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I ever posted this online, so I was like, oh, let's share this, because if you can't be there, then I try to share it for you. And share a Coke with Morgan, somebody put that there on a previous tour, maybe the tour guide, and I thought it was pretty funny. Also, you can see the cafe that Carl and Michonne went to get the picture that Carl wanted to get. Michonne was like, let's do it, but we can do it in a smarter way. And it's really right down the street from Morgan's apartment, so it's right there. But when you watch the episodes, you don't know point of reference, the way they shoot it with angles, and you can see it. So this is where Michonne got the cat. Whatever happened with that cat statue? I don't know, right? Whatever happened with the picture? Were they able to bring all that stuff with them when they lost the prison? I don't know, but I would love to see it again, and here's a little video. That's the cafe. Yeah. And it sucked the day that we were there because it was raining, but the spot where Morgan took the bodies to burn them is right around there too. So all that filming location was right around it, and hopefully you'll get to see it in a better day if you ever took the Atlanta movie tour here, Big Zombie Tour number 2, I believe. But it's right there, it's an open area, and also on the wall there, it's where it was written, "Away with you," on there. Since then, "Away with you" has been painted over and it's gone. It's not on the walls anymore. Also, there's bricks that were being taken from the wall. Right there, you can see the space in the holes. People were taking more and more bricks. So there was a danger of the wall falling down because of the integrity of the wall support. And here's a great picture of the bodies and the gas can and the bodies that were being burned by Morgan. And it's just right there. So it's right down the street from each other, and it's a pretty cool spot. You can probably find it online if you don't want to take a tour, but you can actually get around there, and it's not too far from each other. So it's kind of cool to knock out a couple of different sites. As you can see it there, the "Away with you" is painted over since then, but the bricks in the wall are there now supporting it, so the wall should not fall over. But it's pretty cool to see the filming site. Since then, they changed a little bit. I think they put like a bed, not a cot, so they changed it a little bit. But then when we saw Morgan, he went cray-cray mode, and he burned down the apartment, I think by accident, but it was one of those things where he left this place and we had a whole Morgan episode, which was like, ah, man, that kind of sucked, right? But it was interesting for the story. And then Morgan left The Walking Dead for Fear the Walking Dead. And since then, people have been wondering if Duane is still alive. Do you think Duane is still alive? I don't, but people still think that. Also, do you think Morgan will be reunited with Rick some way, shape, or form? In the movies, the final episode of The Walking Dead? I hope so, because it started with Morgan and Rick, and it should really end with Morgan and Rick in some way, shape, or form. Maybe Morgan and Fear the Walking Dead crew helps break Rick out of wherever he is. We've had other videos talking about, did Morgan see the Whispers? And there's no way to tell because Morgan is not around the Whispers he left, and that's actually the biggest regret that Lenny James has of leaving The Walking Dead. He wanted to deal with the Whispers, Alpha, Beta, and be involved with that storyline, but it's not going to happen because he's on Fear, and the Whispers are not on Fear. So that's on my tour video, pictures, video, sharing a lot. Big ups to Atlanta Movie Tours. I shared some video. They want you to take pictures, not video during it, but I just had to take a little video when I was there of the steps. And there's other movie sites and filming sites that you see, and they don't want you to record video, but you can take as many pictures as you want. So no disrespect for them. I just wanted to share this spot, this little part of it. And as always, let me know your thoughts about Morgan, the Whispers, the tour, all that stuff, and Duane. And here's a call to action, guys. Please help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. If you have friends, family, groups on Facebook, it would be greatly appreciated to have them subscribe and become a valued PT Channel Walking Dead family member. And for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, Fight for Us, available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We got paperback and digital versions, 10 books available now. I hope you join the fight today. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.